Baruch Hashem Shalom Aleichem, friends. In Parsha Vayera we are told about a terrible story about destruction, Sodom and Gomorrah. And all of these inhabitants were perished besides Lot, his wife, and their two daughters. They did not survive because of the merits, but only because of the merit of Abraham, who prayed for their survival. And Hashem granted this favor to Abraham. But in verse 19:25 it says, "And he turned over the city in the entire plain," meaning Hashem, with all of the inhabitants in the city, in vegetation and so, meaning everybody perished. And at this time, Lot and his wife and two daughters were living in the city. So angels told them, don't look back, not allowed to look back. Verse 26, his wife peered behind him and she became the pillar of salt. And our sages explain the privilege to see destruction of the wicked is only for the righteous people and enjoy it. We're going to explain in another video. And since the Lot and his wife, they were wicked people, they had no right to look at destruction of the wicked people because they themselves deserve the same punishment. And that's why she was punished and became the pillar of salt. And just recently, right, very interesting, we learned in Kitzur Shulchan Aruch in Siman 60 about blessing on different events that happen in a person's life. For example, if a person was saved from some terrible incident, so he has to come to that place and say it's a special blessing. Our sages comment on this verse in Brachas 54a and 54b. And they say when someone sees the place where the certain miracle occurred, he's supposed to recite bracha and praise Hashem, as we just said. In the case of a person who sees the pillar of the salt that once was the Lot's wife, very interesting. So if you go to the Dead Sea in this pillar of salt, we have special obligation. One must recite two brachas, not one but two brachas. For the punishment of Lot's wives, right, we have to recite blessing for misfortune. So it's a general blessing, Baruch Dayan HaEmes, so meaning blessed is the true judge. So Chas v'Shalom, when something bad happens in a person's life, that's what we said. For Lot, who was rescued in the merit of Abraham, again, he did not have merits, we recite Baruch Zacher as Chatzadikim. So meaning blessed is the one, meaning Hashem, who remembers the righteous. And in his merit of Abraham, Lot was saved. And here we see that we have to appreciate Hashem for bad and for good. And we have to say this blessing, give it Baruch Dayan HaEmes, blesses true judge with the same sincerity as we say blessing for good things that happen to us. Lord is us and be holy.